friends, it's Yoga with Jessie, and I am super happy to be back and on the mat with you guys today. Thought we'd do more of a hip-oriented poses. They're kind of more for the hip flexors, just opening up the lower half of your body in general. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Might be a little more static, but we have a couple of good flows in there to get your heat going. But let's start on our backs. Supine, Supta Baddha. Soles of the feet come together, arms by the sides. Your heels can be as far or as close to your pelvis as you would like. Kind of see what feels good. If you have your books or your blocks, you can put them underneath your knees to make this pose a little bit more comfortable. But your call. Begin tuning into your natural breath. Your hands can be on your belly or down by your sides. And just feel that natural sensation, that natural experience of breathing. But maybe, as you're observing it, allow it to get a little bit longer and take up a little bit more time. Just maybe bringing yourself to, opposite ends of the spectrum. At the top of the inhale, you're completely full. You're completely lifted. You feel like you could fly away. And on your exhales, you find that empty balloon. We'll do a couple more thinking about this. Meditating on that concept. And on your next exhale, allowing your breath to kind of go. Let's send both legs out long on the mat. And on your next inhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Left foot is flexed towards the sky. I'm using both arms here to pull that right knee into the rib cage. Taking another 3 breaths. You could take a little bit of movement. Just squeezing it as much as makes sense to you right now. Maybe on a nice inhale, you draw it in towards the outside of the rib cage, toward the right armpit. This is great for the low back. Just kind of getting into the hips in general. Exhale, release the knee towards the chest. Inhale, squeeze it in. And exhale, using that left arm, letting go of the right arm towards the floor of the mat. Guiding that right knee over towards the ground. Your gaze can follow your right hand if that feels good to you. Breathing in into this twist. And your next inhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Give it a kiss. And send it out towards the sky. Right foot is flexed towards the face. Right hands are on the ground. Left foot is alive, engaging the left quad. Imagine that foot could come to the crown of your head. You know, one day, that's the goal. Breathing in, breathing out, and letting it go towards the ground. Releasing. Just feeling how that right leg might feel like a mile longer than the left. And your next inhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Giving you a squeeze. Giving any motion that feels good here. Maybe drawing that left knee towards the left armpit on the outside of your chest. One more breath here. And release the knee towards the chest. One more squeeze before you exhale. Draw that left knee with the right hand over towards the ground, crossing it across the body, sending the left hand out. If that feels good, you can turn your gaze over towards the left. Try to keep that left arm grounded. Left shoulder grounded. One more breath here. And exhaling back towards center. Inhale, give it a kiss. Exhale, send it up towards the sky, flexing the left toes back towards your face. You got it. And exhaling to release onto the ground. Yummy hip stretches. All right. Inhale, drawing these back towards the chest. And we're going to make our way into a forward fold at the top of our mat. So you can get there by rolling or eventually getting there. Use what you can. Alright, you don't have the space, just make the space. Alright, forward folding here. Knees can be really bent, allowing the belly to rest, giving the foundation for your back to just completely release. The entire back side of your body. You can rock side to side. You can play with stretching the hamstrings a little bit, just doing what feels good to you. One more breath before exhale, press into your hand, the soles of your feet, rolling your way up. I like the palms of your lower half of your body, I suppose. Tadasana, Samasthiti, mountain pose. Really arrive. Roll the shoulders down the back. One more breath. Inhale. Arms up, come up. Stretching up towards the sky. Exhale. Elbows go apart. Cactus pose. Cactus arms. Opening up that chest. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Stretching, reaching forward with the crown of your head. One more breath here. Palms on something. Exhale, release. Stepping that right foot back. And setting that right knee on the ground. You can play with the distance. You can tuck your right toes under to bring your knee back further, if that feels good. Inhale, chest rises. Allow your hips to sink here a little bit. And palms come to the mat. Alright, inhale, back knee rises, right toes tuck. And exhale, opening up towards the side. So your right toes are going to face the ceiling. So you can have as deep of a bend in your front knee as you would like. Just one more breath here. Inhale brings you through center. Exhaling, bending to the other knee. Still opening up towards the side. Take what you need here. Do what feels best to you. Allowing your breath to guide you. Inhale, shifting you forward, flipping your hips around so you're facing the back of your mat. Drop that left knee. If it feels good, bring your palms up, lift your chest, open your chest, lower your shoulders down your back. Allow your hips to sink. All right, so you can continue moving around like this, just turning slowly with your hands on the ground, all the way from side to side, or you can bring your hands up off the ground, so in prayer position, so you can be up here. Inhale, switching, exhale to bend, opening up. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale. Woo. Exhale. Take what you need here. Go as slow or as fast as you want. My hips are already pretty warmed up today, so I'm going pretty deep, but you should have seen me earlier. I was going much, much slower, just to make sure that my hips are with me today, that they're ready for the motion. All right, wherever you are, you're going to turn your big toes to face forward. Your palms find the ground. Inhale for flat back. Exhale to fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Your hands can be on the ground or on your shins. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale to fold deeper. Allow the crown of your head to reach the ground. Reach towards the ground. It might take a couple of breaths to just allow your hips to open and your back to relax. As slow as you need. On your next inhale, we're going to roll our way up. Just really savoring this moment as our back unwinds, reaching our arms up, and exhale, hands come together, very gracefully, heel toe, feet together. One breath. Feel your heart pounding from all the movements. Take a walk back up to the front of your mat. Just a little more intensity, and then we're going to slow it down. All right. Arms are overhead. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, begin hinging over. Weight is in your left foot as your right foot elevates, and you slowly move into warrior one or airplane. Just slow as can be. Right leg kind of moves at the same time as your arms. You're like a pendulum that gets stuck, or a hinge. There we go. Inhale, reach. Exhale, landing in warrior one. I'm sorry, the other one was warrior three. This is warrior one, my bad. So hips are facing the front of the room. Your right toes are kind of off to like 2 o'clock from your big toe. Your back heel is on the ground. Warrior one. Allowing your hips to sink a little bit here. Pelvis is tucked. Shoulders rolling down the back. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Bend the front knee. Hands to the waist. You can bump that right foot forward just a little bit. Begin hinging over. Long spine. Imagine you're getting your ribs over your left knee. Allow yourself to kind of bow. Feel that really good hamstring stretch. And your next inhale, rolling your way up, vertebra by vertebra, up to neutral spine. And right foot meets left, Tadasana. All right, other side, arms reach up, inhale. Weight in the right foot, left foot elevates, keeping hips facing the ground, facing forward. You're one slow hinge, but you are strong. Left heel kicks away. Warrior three. Find your gaze on something. It'll help you balance. Inhale. Really feel your strength. Exhale, left foot plants, and your back heel is planted. Left toes facing 10 o'clock from your big toe, your right big toe. Hips move down and forward. Honestly, this pose has always been very difficult for me. But I've been working on it. All right, inhale, lift up, straighten the right leg. Hands come to the hips. Again, hinging forward. Pyramid pose. Hands can come to the ground. Really think about drawing that right hip back here, back into the hip socket. The
Head can bow. All right, next inhale, rolling your way up, using your core, and left foot meets right, top of your mat. All right, goddess pose. Opening your hands and your feet open towards one side, hopefully so you can still see me. Your toes are facing out somewhere between 90. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, beginning to squat. Knees are opening towards the side. Really make sure that your knees are moving towards your ankles. Arms can be in cactus, opening up your chest. Take one breath here. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, squat and cactus. One breath here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. You're gonna just begin to shorten everything. So feet can kind of come together. You come into a yogi squat. So this can be a tricky pose for a lot of reasons. If you're finding that your calves are too tight, or your feet just don't want to work this way, you can put socks underneath your heels to give yourself some more stability. That could be cool. Or like a box underneath your tailbone. That way your spine can be totally straight. You're getting all of the hip opening that you could ever want. It's all the goodness minus the pain. So why suffer? When you don't have to. So your elbows are kind of holding your shoulders open. Breathing. And inhale. Lengthening the legs. Tailbone goes up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Really feel the goodness here. If you would like, you can hang out in Uttanasanas for as long as you would like, or you can place your palms facing up underneath your feet, just to add a little interesting lining up of things. Maybe bring your weight into the ball of your feet. So your toes are kind of up against the crease of your elbow. Of your wrists. Breathing here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold one more time. Release the palms. Inhale, roll your way up. And releasing. All right, from here, we're just gonna come onto the ground. I didn't feel like coming up with a creative way to get here, so we're just gonna go right to it. So you're gonna take your legs wide. So as wide as that means for you, that you can just sit up. Try and push yourself a little bit, find a little bit of sensation, but we're not looking for severe pain or pinches, especially if you feel any pinching going on, just back it off. So here, we're sitting up straight. Our toes are flexed towards our face. Hands can be behind you, somewhere near your hips. Just give your spine some stability. Our quads are engaged. Check. See if that's true. If our quads are engaged as we begin to fold forward, our hamstrings are they have the structure on the opposite side of the muscle to really allow it to stretch and relax. So it's harder to remember to keep your feet flexed, but I recommend doing it. So anyway, folding forward, inhaling to flatten your back, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold forward. Eventually, kind of just bow into it, get into the pose. If you're into experiencing new things, maybe try and point one toe here, or one foot. Maybe point the other foot. And just see how that changes the sensation for you. And then consciously pick one or the other, pointed or flexed. Allow the shoulders to relax, the face. And we have not much longer here, so really squeeze it good. And begin walking your hands back towards your hips. Sitting up straight. Gently using your hands to draw your knees back towards each other, and then giving yourself a good hug. This allows the hip flexors to relax a little bit. Maybe bring your feet wide and do a little bit of windshield wipering motion. And give yourself some internal rotation to balance out that external rotation we just did. All right. So, rolling onto our backs, finding yourself in a supine position. Allow yourself to be soft for a moment. A little Pre-Shavasana. And last little bit, roll onto your stomach and bring yourself up into a plank. So hands are underneath shoulders directly. Feet can be towards each other, hip distance, whatever feels good. Knees can be on the ground. All good. So you're here. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the index fingers, the mounds of the index fingers. We're going to hold this for a couple more seconds. Just let the heat be. Shaking is always a good thing. It means things are happening. All right, inhale, leans you forward over your toes, over your fingertips. Exhale, bending the knees, hips are going up. Oh, downward facing dog. Walk it out if you need to. I just can't get away with doing an entire yoga class without doing downward facing dog. But just feel how good this dog feels. Okay. And when you feel good here, take as much more movement or stillness as you would like, but when you are ready, we're going to come to a child's pose. And just melt your heart down, reaching your fingertips forward or behind you, whatever feels good. Allow yourself to feel the goodness of all of the things that you've just done for yourself. Your body will thank you. And it really is just such a wonderful thing to be able to take 30 minutes to pay attention to your body and your mind. Allow your breath to slow down. Observing the breath is like the mind observing the mind. It's kind of a hard thing to do. It's a tool. It's a way to get us closer to our true inner selves. That shining light that I see right in front of you, going right into you. This is a great place to be for another 5 minutes. It's a really wonderful way to give yourself some peace and rest. If you would like, you can flip over onto your backs, sending out your legs, allowing your shoulders, your spine, your pelvis, your femur just to rest heavily into the ground. You could also put your legs up onto a couch. Wow, and this is a perfect height for me, this couch. I hope if you're looking for something to put your legs up on, it's perfect sized. Chairs seem to be good. Just kind of allows your lower back to release. Really great option. And then if you feel safe, if you feel comfortable, allow your eyes to be closed. And the muscle of your face to relax. Shavasana.
There's no need to force the mind to be quiet. If you find yourself getting frustrated at your thoughts that pop into your head, take a breath. And allow that feeling to float away. Allow that rain to wash it away. You can stay here for as long as you like. I thank you for joining me on the mat today and taking that time for you. And really allow yourself to feel that pride. You did it. So I invite you to take this peace and quiet that you've built into the rest of the world with you today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.